y'all. They're pretty tough competitors so far.
They got heart, but they're a little bitty. So I hope they just like watch all the play. I don't hope it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't hope it.
Well, you sort of hope. I mean, look, they're nice guys and everything, but you want the money.
We want the championship. We want like Deer Factor champions.
All right, so
They can have my home.
they can have the money. You guys want the bragging rights?
What's Dragon Rights?
You really are from Alabama. All right, here we go. Time starts with the horn honks. Time stops with the flag is planted. Matthew is on top of the semi-trailer. Nathan is beside the water tanker. All right, they're off. He's lowering the flank. He's going to crank it to lower it. All right, now he's going to take his way out there and climb down the rope ladder.
For equities at the Lions Prime State. David, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, David. Thanks for having me.
The equity market seems. Have we found a floor? It seems like that seems to be the case when you look at price, you look at volumes, you look at some of these technical indicators. Where do you sit in that?
No, it's true, David. We've actually been seeing that positioning's been so light that when you consider how, or why rather, the global equity markets and the U.S. have plummeted so much this year, it's really been
Pizza Broth, welcome in. Lanham, welcome. American Zebra, Token Jesus, Jake, welcome in. Good to see everybody who's tuning in tonight on this Memorial Day. Jam, welcome in. Wig Busta. Good to see everybody who's tuning in.
go up, and because we actually haven't seen any evidence of broad-based earnings weakness.
Had a spicy day from last night, huh? A few people. Hopefully you guys were able to make a little bit of profit off the tips last night. I know when I got out of XRP, I was up over $1,100, so I'm pretty happy about that trade. Now I'm able to sit back, relax, watch the market. Let's see. Hey, no problem, American Zebra. I do what I can. Do what I can. Yep, I look forward to that as well. Gummy, welcome in. Ali, Monsieur, welcome. Candlestick at work, so listen and actually watch later. Awesome. Axis, thanks for the follow at 436. And Lacombe, thanks for the follow at 224M. We have 333 followers now. Gummy, thanks for the 9 bits. I appreciate that. And William, welcome in. Glad you could stop in for a minute and say hi. Always good, always good. Jam F Tracy, welcome in. So, big thing today is we're gonna have we have the futures that open now at 8 o'clock. We had these nice push-ups that we talked about yesterday. This bullish divergence that is now completed. Excuse me. Which is why we thought yesterday was a nice gamble. We waited for the 20-day down here. What was it? 30. Where were we at? 37 or 38. We were down here somewhere. This 37.9 area. I think it was last night. Wherever it was at last night, we got in to a 20x leverage trade. Whoever wanted to get into a trade. And I sold out just before 40 cents because it hit my technical target. And I don't care about hitting the very top. I hit on a $3,000 trade. It was 37.5% or better than $1,100. So my KuCoin went from 3,000 to 4,100 from the trade that I was in that we talked about last night. So it was a nice trade. And now class right on time, 8 o'clock. Started it today at 8. But now we're looking at if you were in a position. Now what's the exit strategy? We broke out technically of this small area. But if we go into a farther out, now we can get rid of this. Because we knew that this was the area we were talking about yesterday. And it led to a very, very nice profit. And that's why it was so important last night. It's important to be in all these classes, episodes, whatever you want to call them. I don't ask for anything. Some people are very generous and send donations or join the T-Fam, which is awesome. But, like, this is what we did. This is what XRP did yesterday. We broke out of this. Now, I get a lot of questions. Tom, I know we made profit yesterday. I know you had your strategy, yada, yada, yada. How do we know if we get in or stay in? Well, it depends. If I was 1xing, I wouldn't have sold out. But being on a 20x trade, I had my targeted move where I felt comfortable. And I was craving that $1,100 profit. So when I got it, I still sold it short. Like, we sold this short. I did. And now we're seeing how this cup and handle plays out. But I always tell you guys, I don't care about selling the top. I have a targeted position I buy in. I play it analytically. Had I not had to go to bed last night, I probably would have held it out a little bit longer, but I wasn't going to sleep in it after it hit my targeted move. So now we're looking to see, can we make a bullish handle here? So you'd want to see something, even if it came down here, you're going to look at some kind of retest here if you're going to continue up. I was pretty confident this weekend on a futures list, with the futures not opening yesterday, that we could make a run. And I was talking about a 5 to 7%. I think XRP is actually up higher than, it was about 7% from yesterday. Yeah, about 7%. But now the question is there any opportunities in the water? Are there any opportunities right now? Let's see. My call didn't know your play. Hell yeah, William. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we had a call last night when XRP was at about 38.5 cents, and then I said if it comes down and touches the 20-day in the 30-minute time frame, I'm buying. And right as I was saying that, when the episode from last night started, XRP just tanked down to like 37, whatever it was, right on the 20-day, and I had to buy it. And I wrote it to about 40 cents roughly, a little under 40 cents. But I was very happy with the trade. So now I can see what's going on here. I need help with lobster, why I can't sell. Ryan, I don't know. We've talked about the same question every day when I come on. I keep telling you the only ways to do it on some of them. That's why I'm had a hard time endorsing lobster, because of all the stuff that's going on with it. Things are not what they appear at the moment. But like I said, you're going to have to swap on some of them. That's your only option. Yeah, I'm not in it anymore, but I got into a 20x position last night. We talked about it on Twitch last night. I went over it step by step as I was doing it. Now, I could have wrote it longer, but I had a targeted move, and I have I don't like to sit in a 20x position while I'm sleeping if I don't have to. So, but, I mean, XRP's doing phenomenal right now. It broke out of this little area. And I think, now that we've gotten past this this ascending triangle right here, our next target should be about, I mean, it could come all the way up to 46. I'm looking personally, now we would come up to here, probably 42,850 would be this short-term move for XRP. And then it becomes, okay, well, where can you get back in? Where can you get back in? Well, now it's going to be, does it continue to move up here? Can we break this area and bounce it and then find another opportunity? Or is this where we create kind of like this head and shoulders, futures opens, and then we start rounding this top? This is where you get into a lot of trouble. This is where you can get into a lot of trouble trying to buy into a leverage trade or trying to buy into a trade at all. Because now we have the futures open. We're going to have the trading week resume starting tomorrow. And we have had this momentary move up. Remember yesterday I said the only time I would buy into this 20x trade and be comfortable was at that exact spot yesterday. And that's why it was so important. That's why it's so important to come in here every single day, 8 to 9 p.m. Because if I see something, I'm going to get into it. And I'm going to tell everybody. But like I said, I'm not aggressive. I'm very conservative with the profits. Because I don't need, like yesterday, I was targeting the 40%, got to it. Was targeting that almost, what was it, just over $1,100 profit. It was something I wanted to do, something I was craving. And it didn't interfere with my night. Got to do what I had to do last night after I sold out of my position. Got to sleep, which is very important. And now it's as if it never happened. Like, I don't even care about the trade now. Now it's on to the next. Now that emotion, you got to stay emotionally unattached. So the only thing that was hard was for me to sell XRP because I love XRP. But I knew what I was doing. So 42,873 is what we're looking at right now for XRP. Your next opportunity to get into this would be if we can get on top of here and hold this support up here at about 43 cents. Or, which would be more ideal. Remember yesterday how we said we're waiting for the 20-day? We'd get into it and expose that area. That's exactly what we did. Now, you'd want to expose this area. So, your next opportunity will likely be if it can hold this 403 to 405 area. Other than that, this is a head and shoulders right now, and this is where a lot of people can get in trouble, one way or the other. Some people might start shorting. Some people might go long here. The bottom line is, though, is you have to wait for it to hit these technical areas now. So, if I'm looking at this, very honestly, you can say we started a short-term uptrend like this, and I'm not comfortable going in any bigger of an uptrend because I think we're targeting this area for a retest. So, if everything pans out normal, this should come down into this area and then start to ride up this and determine what we're going to do. Whether this turns into a head and shoulders pattern or if it can continue on. But it's incomplete right now. We completed the bullish divergence, which was fantastic. That's what we were seeing yesterday. That's why we knew we had to have this explosive move up. Some people can say, well, you didn't know you were projecting. Well, I think the projection was dead on. So, now in the 2 hour, it's important. That's the 200-day. A lot of times that becomes the kicker in the nuts. The kick in the nuts of the pattern. You hit that 200-day and then you're in some trouble. We have a 4-hourly engulfing candle still. So, this could turn out to be a little bit better than expected here. But let's watch the proper channels and make sure that that this ends up being a nice engulfing candle. It already is right now. But these could be the impulse moves of the top side. And we've had such a consolidation like we've talked about, that it made sense for it to bounce out like that. It's just, how far do we think it can go up? Do we think it gets cut off in there? Do we actually think right now? Because if you still look at this in the weekly time frame, we just finished our weekly candle yesterday. But if you look at this, this is a very much so another engulfing candle to the downside. There's no upward pressure. We could technically come up to 44.7 without putting any upward pressure here. What was going on in the comments? I have about 8 million SGB. It's telling me I only have 7 when I go to swap. Excellent. Absolutely, William. Ryan, like I said, it's not about, right now, it's not about a long hold position. It's about you were positioning last night into a position for what was about to happen. Right now, it would be risky to buy into it. Right now, it's a running train. You want to get in before the running train. That was the importance yesterday. Forget selling on launch. You need to swap all your tokens for XLM at a significant loss to take the money you have left. Trust me when Tom has us buy. Yeah, absolutely you will, Pizza Breath. And there is, so we've seen with XRP, we've had this nice little pump up. It's not just XRP, and yeah, in the 4-hourly, it looks stupid, but I wish we can do more trade because yesterday, oh, hell yeah, Jammin', we will. Every time I see an opportunity, and I know you found out last night you were in here, so you did very well. But if you look at the overall pattern for XRP, nothing's changed. That's the fucked up part. Nothing's changed. In the weekly, we can move this. Nothing's changed, though. We're still within the same ascending triangle that we are trying to bust out, but in a much larger ascending triangle that's in a much larger descending triangle, as we know. But that left a lot of room for the patterns to play here. It also left some room for a leverage trade or a trade as a whole. This is coming up to a head and shoulders now. This is coming up to a head and shoulders. So this is the most dangerous part of the pattern if you're just trying to get in. We've already formed our entire pattern, and now we're coming to an extended head. Now we're going to have some kind of area of consolidation. And if I was a betting man, I would say right now it's going to end up playing somewhere in here. And then we're going to have to know, are we going to go into this? Or are we going to drop back down into these sections and ride back up? Because now, yesterday I was so confident when it was down here in the consolidation area. I knew it had to have an impulse move up. But now that we broke out of here, now is when I get scared again. I've taken my profit. I'm waiting on the sidelines now for this next opportunity. I don't need to get hamstrung at the top. I only look for, when I'm leverage trading, the pre-run, and then I have a predetermined mark. It did fantastic. This has done fantastic. Some people did better, some people did worse than I did. But the point is, if you expose yourself to this one, you couldn't miss. This was a can't miss yesterday, and that's what... I even said, though, there's a chance that it rolls over on us, but I didn't count on it because we had already started the pattern. And we were only coming through the 50 and barely the 100, and we had to have that impulse move that we took. Now the question is can we make something bigger out of this? And we won't know that unless the 20 crosses the 50 in the 4-hour time frame. This would be your next impulse move up, as you can see. And a lot of times, I'm not saying always, but a lot of times this big wick pull-up ends up being the fake out, and then it ends up pulling all the way down in the next 4 or 8 hours. And it becomes one of those complete clusterfuck of a reversals. This looks like a prototypical head and shoulders that is almost played out now. Almost played out. Lanham, I trade however the fuck I want. I stopped promoting leverage trading unless I thought it was a guarantee. I don't advise anybody who doesn't know how to leverage trade. I'll never 100% say I'm not going to do something if there's an opportunity. That's not how I trade. But I don't advise people to trade in it unless they are watching at 150%. And they have a plan before they get in and they have a stop loss while they trade. But I certainly will still get into it if I can see an opportunity. But yeah, I don't advise leverage trading. Not at all. And when XRP gets to the price I need, I'm putting it into a 1x trade. It's not going to be leverage trade. But Lanham, I'm glad that I'm glad that answered it for you. Yep, Wig, that's about all you could advise right there. That's about it. Because there's a lot of stuff that ends up playing against us with that because we don't know the proper scams and whatnot. True, you stayed in? Hell yeah. That's awesome. I do see XRP coming down into the low 30s. This is just, look at it this way, guys. You have a lot of leverage traders. You have a lot of people that went long or went short. These are short coverings right now. This is not, to me, this is nothing more. We had to have some kind of move up. We didn't have enough volume coming down. But look at the volume coming up. How much volume do you see in this push up? There is no volume. This is a very scary looking at the volume. Look how low it is. You would think we got a huge implosion of volume. We didn't. This feels like a trap on the holiday weekend to get people excited and to get them to start opening up some positions. Not a lot of people bought in this area. A lot of people now are asking me, should I buy here? And always my question yesterday was, if you're not going to buy here down with me, why would you buy when I've already sold out? I have a strategic plan. Why would you sell out, you know? And anybody who's in right now, this is the area where you have to pay attention. You're finally starting to get these hammer-looking I mean, this is almost nailing itself back to the wall right now. So this is where you have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. This volume is in a tricky spot. Yes, we've gotten a little bit of an increase in this 30-minute candle, but couldn't we say in this 30-minute candle it was an increase in sell volume and it's pulled us down? It's possible. What was that? Whitey gives out 5 community gift subs. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. 6 total gift subs now. What a... Wow. So, gifted a tier 1 sub to Terry. Excellent. Terry gets it. Angel, Rick. American Zebra gets it. American Zebra's in the crowd tonight, too. How awesome is that? Noah G82 and Kimmy G07 Get the gifted subs to 5. Very, very generous, Whitey. I appreciate that so much. True, move my stop loss to 415 for 100. Hell yes! Fantastic, True. I knew yesterday when we were talking about this, you were going to be all over this. That's why I was trying to target you. Because you trade similar to how I do. Let's go. Celio, thanks for the follow. Let me just make sure how many, you are 334. Hell yes. I appreciate that. Also, if you've never gone to my YouTube page, click on my Twitch homepage. Click that YouTube link and join the more than 10,600 subs over there on YouTube as well. Yeah, why for Lord? It's not for the faint of heart, let me tell you. Oh, with Amazon Prime, all you have to do is click the where you go to pay. There's a button on the bottom. Shit, somebody made me a great rendition of what to do. But on the bottom right, you click where. Actually, I think there's a heart. You press the heart, but it gives you if you want to pay to join like through a credit card or whatever. But then above it shows an Amazon Prime. As long as you're Amazon Prime. If you're a paid member, you can just connect it to it. And you get 12 a year, so you get 1 per month, which I think is cool. But what do you guys think? Do you think that is an accurate projection of what we're seeing here? Do you think we're about to hit this wall right here? Do you think we need to consolidate down? If you were in a position right now from last night, what would you do? Would you ride it out? Would you put your stop loss? I want to know. Would you put your stop loss? Because if it was me, and you're trying to take the biggest possible profit, I mean, in the 30-minute time frame, if you wrote it this far and you're hoping that it, I mean, 40865 would be that low point. You could take a gamble down at 402, but I wouldn't hold it that long. Me personally, I would have my stop loss at probably 415 here. Yeah. You give it just a tiny bit of room under this 41562. And I would have it at 415. Like I said, I'm out now, guys. I'm out of the position from last night. Better than $1,100 profit. I'm sitting here now and I'm able to look at the market properly without emotion, which is what I need to do. And anybody who's in it, it does look scary right now. It does. But that doesn't mean that this can't just be kind of like a fake out back down and then continue up to 42.8, because that is where it's seeking out. It's trying to seek this target out. If you see it, it's trying to, because we've come down, we're bouncing out. It almost looks like a V. So would I be surprised for it to come up a little bit more? Absolutely not. It was like when I got out of it just before 40 cents. What did I say? I expect it to go up a little bit higher. That's just my targeted plan. I have a set strategy that I use, so that I don't have to worry about the percentages. I just have to make sure I buy in at the right time. But imagine it if I can pinpoint it like that, guys, when I'm 20x trading like last night, sniping it out like that. Imagine when I'm just looking for a long hold. I don't have to worry about a 20x going down. It's too easy that way. But I think we're going to have to try to do something here. XRP is in a spot where it really is going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something. Because it's come up to this cup and handle. And this is spectacular. Spectacular. I love seeing this because I know some people were in it last night and are still in it or have already gotten out of it with profit or whatever the case may be. I'm just happy because I like when people make money when we talk about things. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, there's nothing that makes me happier. A lot of people on YouTube get jealous or whatever when they say something and their audience members make money. I don't get it. I'm so fucking happy when the people are like, true. I was hoping one person would still be in this and had the guts. I don't have the guts. I have guts, but I did my move the way I wanted. I want to see how. This is where it's the most valuable, though. What do you do now? Right? What do you do now? If it was me, there is no way in hell that I would be able to sit in this under 41 cents. So, wow, Whitey, holy crap, are you lighting it up tonight? 1,000 bits on top of the 5 donated gift subs. The 5 gift subs. Buddy, I'm doing fantastic. Honestly, this is the best I've felt in several weeks coming onto a live. Because I knew that I helped people make money from last night. And that's what makes me the happiest. And yes, a lot of people are very generous and donate and whatnot. But like reading some of the comments and seeing like True and a few of you guys. I know who else was happy about it last night. There's a few of you guys. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm feeling better. A lot better. As you guys know, I got the blah blah blah. Julian, our 15-year-old, tested positive. I didn't take the test, but I was definitely out of it. I haven't fully recovered my taste yet, but I took my zinc, my colloidal silver, my vitamin D3, and all my good stuff. I kicked it out. Friday I was out from Friday night, Saturday, and then into Sunday I had no energy, so I slept like 15 hours a day. But after 2 days, I kicked it. I came back that Monday. We've been going strong ever since, every single day. Because I pride what we're doing here. I have a lot of pride in what we do. Wow, Pizza Breath with the 500 bits as well. Jeez, those Louisos. You guys are way too generous. Sean, what's going on? My main man from Maine. OG from the way back. Oh, yeah. It's like the original OG of the OGs. How you doing, Sean? Check out NAC. Hey, Gummy with the 10 bits. Thank you so much, Gummy. That consistency is always a pleasure to see. All right, NAC. Guys, I am in a spectacularly good mood today, though. What the hell is NAC? Did I read that wrong? Wi-Fi alert. Sometime and I want to see what's going to happen. Yes! Me too, Wi-Fi Lord. Me too. We're going to have that rate hike this month coming up. We can actually look into that while we're doing this live stream. Oh, I thought you were talking... I thought you were talking about fucking crypto. I was going to say, I'm not familiar with NAC. I will definitely look it up. Definitely look it up. Let's see. So... Pizza Breath, I seen you sent 500 bits, and I know you're a big fan. I'm going to look it up right now, right after the show, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of the health stuff. So, Pizza Breath, I know you're in here. Let's take a look at XLM. Are you still in that trade? Because if you are, we broke out of my ascending triangle. Almost. Like, this is what we drew yesterday. We talked about if we get through this at the midpoint, we could make a run up here. I know you're familiar with what I talked about yesterday. If this were to play out like this, I mean, we really could make a move here. I'd say 15.6 would be in a fair range, but we've talked about this. If we could get a nice push up to 18 cents, it's going to be very hard to get up to the ascending triangle. So, nope, you're in, or nope, you sold it. Either way, it's a good decision. I sold all my orders, made 10,000. Holy shit balls. Did you really, Wig? 10,000 XLM. That sounds good. Yep, Pizza Breath. That's exactly how I'm looking at it as well. What the hell? American Zebra, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate that so much. Wig, I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. Yes, I can look at the Crypto.com coin and Solo. I have Solo on here. Wait a minute. I didn't see Solo down here. What happened? Did it get deleted off my list again? Pizza Broth, good decision because you wrote it before the little pump there. We're not looking for the 100% profits. We're looking for the guarantee. At least that's how I look at it. What the fuck? I was going to say, why is it only coming up with Solo with the one from... I rode Solo in the stock market for years. Well, years ago, I should say. We'll just look at the USDT pair. Oh, I do have it on here. I thought I did. Okay, so anybody familiar with Sologenic? This is a big part of what XRP does as well. This is a big player with all of this. But you see how we broke this ascending triangle up there, and now we came all the way. It's the targeted move. And now it's kind of the opposite. We're kind of the opposite of when we broke down. So now you've got the ascending triangle that's... It's technically a bear pennant. So, right, you're filling through. You can either break up now, have that impulse, back test up in this area, which is not uncommon. But you'd have to come up here, get up here, and then you would catch it on this uptrend. But we have... This isn't all gravy here, though. This pattern is fucked. I'm going to be honest with you. This pattern's it's a shit show right now. This is one that if you get caught in at the wrong time, these are the ones that can have severe consequences to the portfolio. But, like XRP and XLM and some of the other ones from yesterday, if you get in at the right time, some of the biggest bounces that you'll ever see are in bear markets. It's just the way it goes. I don't make the rules. I just try to make some money off of someone else's misfortune. No offense to the misfortunes of everybody else. But if we're not capitalizing off of the less educated traders, well, we can't make money. And that's just a cold, hard fact. So you'd rather be on this side than the other side. So, Solo, much like the rest in the 4-hour time frame, we created this little W reversal. We're on top of the 20-day in the 4-hour time frame. We broke out of this, what I would consider this a bear pennant. And if we can break up now, I would say we have a targeted move that could come all the way up to 37.1. Solo is actually an early indicator of what might be going on across the broader market. Let me see something real quick. Man, if XRP could put a little volume in here, it'd be very scary. This is a spot where we need to pay attention because this could be the second part of our rally. When you're a leverage trader, guys, you have to pick your targets, and then you can always find a spot to get back in the leverage trade on a retrace. Just when you're leverage trading, especially at 20x, you've got to find your mark, hit your mark, and then you can sit out for the consolidation. And then if you feel like you can ride it again, ride it again. But same principle applies. You have your stop loss when you're in. If I were to take a $4,000 trade right now, because now it's $1,000 higher than yesterday, instead of 3, it'll be 4, or 4,100 actually, I would have my stop loss predetermined before I even made that buy. Right when I hit the buy button, I go to my limit loss, put it in there. It's usually about a $240 loss. It'll probably be maybe a little more because there's more money. Yesterday, I had everything have went to shit. It would have been a minus 240, but I was risking $240 to make $1,100 plus. Fortunately, it worked out by my plan, and I made over $1,100. So that's what I was looking at yesterday. And today, it's not uncommon or not a lot different than yesterday. The only problem is now instead of buying the absolute bottom here on this rally, now you're looking to maintain a rally, which means if we could come down and bounce this 20-day, this would be a very appealing buy off of here again, and then it could bounce up to the 200. This is actually where you can make the most money on this trade if it breaks out of this area. If not, this is where you go bankrupt again. And the volume is a very key indicator. So in the 4-hour time frame, we got our price volume trend out here. We can see what the average volume is down here. In the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at about 45 million, 45.69 million. And these are little key tricks, guys. And I'm glad to see the retention tonight. We've had 50, 52 people the whole time. And male, female, whatever. You guys are all going to benefit because I do things a little different here. So then we come up here and we have 45,763. Down here, 45.9. So a little less volume coming up. So that's speaking to the fact we don't have as many people coming out to play in here. But still enough to push us up to at least this busted bull flag. So there's a lot of opportunity here. So the hype train completed, no sub gifts, but that's okay. We had 1,610 bits donated during the hype train. Wow. Really? Thank you guys so much for that. That was mighty generous. G Cuts, welcome in, homie. Hope you're doing well tonight. I really appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, Noah, it's going to break down eventually. When we get the... Hi, Tom. I'm thinking Bitcoin is going to 24, then 36, then 24. Things should get bullish from there. No. I don't think it'll get bullish from 24K. I think I think we still have to hunt 20K and lower. Me personally. I do think we're going to get a nice bounce at 24 or 20. I don't know which one, though, because I don't think 24 would be the point. Because if you look at Bitcoin, the absolute point is what I mean. Because with Bitcoin, we have already shown we have to come down to 25,394. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying we're going to bounce off the falling channel. That's fine. If you're saying we get rejected at the 200 day, then we come back down here to the 24,000 and bounce this uptrend and then make a move again, I could see that. Absolutely, I could see that. That's actually what I'm hoping for, is something like that. Because that's a substantial gain. You can have it. What was that? G Cuts with the follow. 335. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for the follow. Make sure you check excuse me, my Twitch homepage. Follow my XRP Future Millionaire YouTube channel. I'm a partner over there with 10,600 plus subscribers, so don't sell yourself short. Get the content all day. Pizza Breath, gifting a community sub. That's number 19. Total gift subs. And Darren PC gets it. Wow, Darren's a big fan. That is awesome. Moro. Uh-oh. And you followed. Uh-oh, indeed. Number 330. Fuck me, I don't remember. Number 336. Number 3. Just click this beautiful partner page. Confirm. I mean, it's not a scam. And then you can follow more than 10,600 subscribers, but we don't need to look at all that. So I appreciate everybody, but could we see something like this happening with Bitcoin? Assuming it were to break down. True, that's absolutely what I would be doing. Nope, you don't need to take profit. Absolutely not. What you need is exactly what you're saying. True, exactly what you're saying. On YouTube, just type in XRP Future Millionaire or Moro. Like I said, on the front of my Twitch homepage, there's a link there for my YouTube page. And that'll bring you right there, that link that I put on there. But yeah, true, that's exactly what I did. I didn't put a take profit. I just had my stop loss on and I kept raising it until it got to a point where I decided that's my number. And then I just took my money. But I do envy the ones who don't have to do a YouTube channel and stuff, honestly. Because a lot of times I play it conservative, as you guys know. So I can pay 100% absolute attention to the actual chart and not my finances. So, yeah. Oh, awesome, Moral. Thank you so much. Look at that, Julie. Somebody followed my YouTube page because they seen me on Twitch. And Julie said it could never be done. I'm kidding. She didn't say that. I'm blaming you for everything, Julie. I'm blaming you. Oh, it's better than blaming myself. As a wise man once said, why blame yourself when you can blame others? But yeah, I mean, this looks good. I like what I'm seeing here for at least this immediate short-term true. Should I hold Bitcoin or go for alts or 50-50? Me personally, I don't hold Bitcoin at all. Unless I'm doing like a leverage trade or something and I find it easier. But right now, don't be sorry. No. That's why you ask the questions. The only way for me to get an understanding of who you are is for you to ask me questions. Everybody's been where you're at. Found my channel, been overwhelmed, and yada, yada, yada. Then it gets fucking great when you get on the same page. So, I am a softie. That's the problem. So, what were we talking about at the start of this, guys? So, I'm going to make sure I say your name right. Moro. So, right now, the key thing is if you're not in anything, don't buy yet. You got the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame that we're going to have to come out and bounce on. We have a bearish, all right, so we have a bearish candle right now. We have a bearish engulfing candle, which means we have a lot more downward pressure. Now, we still have 20 minutes left in this candle. I would fully anticipate us to come down to the 20-day at 31,218. Write that on a piece of paper. And I only use these indicators to get an idea of where the buyers and sellers are at. So what did we say yesterday? If you're going to buy in, you buy when it hits the 20-day. So now with this same logic, we go back to XRP. We talked about this in the beginning of this, right? On the last 30-minute candle that this looked like it was going to be topping out here. Not to say the pattern's done, but it was showing us a sign that it was going to come back down to here. Remember when we talked about this? Remember we said if you want to be conservative, you could have your stop loss at 41.5, and then you wouldn't have to ride it down to 409 if you're a leverage trader. But if you're not in a position, you're looking to hold the 20-day or an overzealous bounce down to the downtrending resistance that is now going to try to be used as support from that ascending triangle. We've already had the extension up that we're using beautifully. But you see, yes or no, do you guys see what I'm talking about? You see why this could be an opportunity here if it comes down to... I'm not saying it's as concrete as yesterday, because we could have a head and shoulders topping reversal here as well. But I'm saying your first chance would be for it to hold that 20-day. I'll be right back. I started out and said 1. Oh, 1, yeah. This could be good stream. 1 fucking person. I added 50. But I like when there's only 1 person. You know that. I desire when there's not as many people, because then the few people that are in, I sure do want them to hear. What? There's 50 people. There's not 1 person. I was saying I'd like sometimes to get less people because then you can connect. And then the people that are in there are special. They're everybody's special. Huh? I would have been sad if nobody was in there. Boycott the XRP Future Millionaire. How could you say that, Julie? How about I boycott you? Can't believe you're supposed to listen to it. You want this? People are going to be, what else coming here? You go talk to them. Say hello, everybody. Where's the top here? Yes, it did. Aliens! Oops, I didn't turn it off. I should have had my hand chopped off. Can you believe I'm I've done this every single time, really. That's no cool. Oh? Where'd it go? You're leaving? But you didn't even hit the bowl. I didn't even have a lighter. You stole it.
Well, I wasn't planning on staying out.
Ow.
Should have done a 6-minute ad.
So manufacturers can scale operations with confidence.
5G is a
I see how it is. You try to steal one here.
because it helps manufacturers embrace greater
What happened to the one you have?
intelligence in their
But, guys, I'm still here, I promise. I promise, still here. Still here. Just hitting this bowl with Julie. That's all. You can blame her for my absence of 2 minutes. Look how beautiful that is on XRP, though. We talked about that top part. That's what I'm saying. There's so much value in coming in here every single day, 8 to 9 p.m. I do this on purpose at the daily flip. Love it. And we're going to go over a lot more. We're not done yet. We might actually run a tiny bit over today. What? In a good mood. thing in this channel the other day. There's two guys that look exactly the same, except one guy's a lot older. And somebody was watching me. I would have said, this is what happens when I had CNN or Bloomberg for too long. You literally turn into a person you're talking to. You're gonna have to get this before you go upstairs. Well, we don't have an upstairs, but the room. So, all right, let's see what we got going on here. So, I never thought Tom's Army would rival WWE Monday Night Raw for my 8 p.m. time slot, but it has. Token Jesus, I appreciate that. Yeah, well, I guess that's because Monday Night Raw isn't what it used to be, right? Hitting the ball with my wife right now. Yep, Token Jesus, same with me and Julie. See? Token Jesus hitting the ball with his wife. Julie, if it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for an XRP future millionaire. Right? That's right. Imagine she has to live with me every day. You guys only have to listen to me for, every day. She actually has to live with me. Oh, man. It's a good thing we found cannabis. So, we're going to come back to XRP because we're still not finished. Somebody asked me to cover something else. We already looked at one. I know somebody keeps talking. A lot of people talk about AMP, and I've got AMP drawn out as well. Let's see. See, and that's why we talked so much about the V right there. That V formation was something that could pull us up. That's why I was so excited about when it did that, because it could at least back test right here. I know Pizza Breath is a very big fan of AMP. Knows a lot about it. So in the 4-hour time frame, AMP is holding on the 20-day. This is where we need to see if this is an engulfing candle and it pushes up. If it does, we shouldn't have a problem filling this out to about 1.3. In the 30-minute, we completed this bullish divergence, but it doesn't look like that's the end of it. It looks like in the 45, if we keep coming through, it's finished. The 1 hour, we're almost, see, this isn't done yet. I don't feel like this is done yet. I feel like we still have a little bit more of an impulse move. And with AMP, it's interesting. If somehow AMP pulls up, this targeted move isn't done yet. If this is the start of this move, it could get you back up into here and finish this nice little conversion here. That's the potential here. We still have a potential move that can go much higher. I love you. You look cute in your dress. What? No, you're not welcome because you pshed me. I love you. But do you guys see what I'm saying? If this plays out as a bull flag, you have a lot of consolidation. Little dip, which can be considered the fake out, and then a V up. This is not uncommon. This is almost what we seen yesterday with XRP. Except we're in a slightly different spot in the pattern. Stop loss for buying this right now. Pizza Breath. I personally would wait for it to test. Bounce this down here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I got the other one over here too, Julie. You'd be looking for as close to 0124 Pizza Breath. 0124 is where you'd want to buy. As close to there as possible. Because we're coming down on AMP. We're more than likely coming down, and you would want to hold this 20-day. Remember what I always say, if you're not in, always go into the 30-minute time frame and try to get as close to the 20 days you can. Make sure it's bouncing top side and not bottom up. Because you don't want it. You always want to see it come up like this and then test the top side. What you don't want is it to come down and then test it at the bottom, because then you could put in a short. But that's what we can only find that out by what this does now. Now, yes, it can go up without coming back down, but it's in a very unusual spot right now to just be like, oh, getting in a position. You need your technical targets. Like, as much as I wanted to get in yesterday, what did I do, guys? I waited for it to come down to the ideal spot on the 20. Look at this uptrend. The uptrend speaking to the fact we're probably going to come down close to here. And then if you want a stop loss, assuming you buy the 20-day, it would be when it uses that as rejection. So, because this could be a cup and handle that actually finishes off here on AMP. This is across the whole board. And now if it makes us successful and it'll bounce on the 20-day, and then you can come up to the next level. And there's a lot of profit to be made here if it does what we need it to do. So, with AMP, just watch that. That's what we're playing. We even broke out of this pattern. So, it's a great sign. That'll at least help propel us off the ground a little bit like it has. But watch the 20-day. Watch what we were talking about as well. We talked about solo. Tom's Army had to put Nookie off till show over. Wig? I commend you. I commend you. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Crypto.com. Thank you, American Zebra. I knew there was another one. Well, I guess I can just go CRO. Oh, this is the Chronos, right? Are you talking about the Chronos? I just want to make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Is this Chronos? Oh, we're actually going with the Crypto.com, so I was right. I don't know. Is that the same call letters? I don't remember. I think it's the same call letters. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. I just wanted to make sure it was the same damn one. Ooh. Up 2.10%. See, it's got this same formation as AMP. This is the apple and the diamond bottom, ladies and gentlemen. This is a perfect rendition of an apple and the diamond bottom. And that is not made up. That simply means the first set of support, it's slightly ascending. So instead of having a support where you'd hit, come back around, and then hit it again, and have a double bottom. An apple and the diamond bottom is slightly ascending. So this side hit down here, this side slightly ascended, and then it comes up. Still a W reversal, but they consider that an apple and the diamond bottom. And I know it always brings me back to the day. Boots with the fur. Yep. Right on, JW. Speaking of which, JW is like a silent hero. This guy on my YouTube page goes to on every fucking video and puts a positive comment. Every single video I've done for 8 or 9 months now, he's had that same positivity on every single fucking video. There's always a comment from him that I desperately look forward to, and that is not a joke. I dearly look forward to some of my commenters. He is the definition of not all heroes wear capes. By definition, you would see JW in the dictionary. Like, I'd literally crave those comments. You betcha, JW. You've done more for me than you know, especially when I was getting all the hate early on. But I always had your comments, the positive ones, from a few of you guys. Now people don't give me the negativity because how are they going to give me negativity unless they make themselves look stupid? That's a nice flip of the script that's happened now. Now nobody can bash me even if they want to. Which kind of is good and bad. I guess sometimes for the ego it's not too good because if I'm not level-headed, then what? So this is what we're looking at with this. We're in this bear pennant. Yes, it's a little fucked. But these areas are showing signs of weakness. There's not a lot of volume pushing out of here, but what do we already have? This is actually, guys, what we were looking at yesterday. Holy shit. So, this is beautiful. Does KuCoin sell this shit coin? No offense to the Crypto.com coin, but can you futures trade this coin? This is actually in a spot that's, well, I'm going to show you guys right now. We could have a repeat of yesterday with XRP. But I'm going to show you exactly what we have to do. This is one that I'm looking for a position. Something like this. Not just yet, but... Ooh, they do have it! Oh, yes! They do! Look at that. I can trade it on the futures on here. Beautiful. Okay. So now you got to be careful, though. If you're looking for something here, we're looking to see if we can have a 20 cross in the 50, which would be that bullish divergence like XRP yesterday, correct? Remember yesterday with XRP when we were looking at this? We were about to start. We had already crossed the 50 yesterday with XRP and almost 100. But remember, we came back down here. Or was it down here? Somewhere in here, I believe it was. 7, 8. About right here. We came back down. We back tested the 20-day. And that was the ideal spot to buy. Now, look what we're doing with the Crypto.com coin. Same fucking thing here. I mean, literally. If you go into the 30-minute, this is the same thing as we were dealing with yesterday. So, what are we looking here? Once you get back to the 20-day, if you can hold, next time this comes down, you're looking to see if you can hold the 20-day, and then that's when you get in and ride this bitch up just like XRP. This is painfully behind right now. This is painfully behind, and if I was a betting man, I would say it's come back up to the top of this triangle at 21.3 at some point. This could be a bigger jump than XRP. Look at that impulse move if this 20 crosses the 50 here. Like, I would seriously pay attention to this if you're a trader. It's just don't get overzealous here, because if you're a leverage trader, this will come back down and touch this 20. I guarantee it. Whether it comes up here and does it over here, it's going to at some point give you a chance to buy in on the 20-day. Wow, is that setting up fantastic. And look how low the volume is right here. We might just be moments away from being able to have a quick drop down just like we did yesterday with XRP, because it was quick yesterday, if you guys remember. Sean, guess what tomorrow is? What is tomorrow, Sean? Hopefully it's the day where you pick up your newest metals. Hopefully it's your purchasing day. Hey, American Zebra, I appreciate you too, brother. Moro, do you understand what I've been saying, or do you have any questions? Don't be afraid to ask, like I tell my audience. The only stupid question is the one left unasked, Moro. And I believe that, because when I was a kid, I have always felt like an idiot because I was always asking all the questions. But I didn't care after a while. And once I wasn't afraid to ask questions. You know, that was my second guess, Sean. Happy early birthday, my friend. Ooh, 56 years young. 56 years. That's a, to me, seeing that, that's a blessing. You've had 56 years. God willing, when you wake up tomorrow. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, true. It's so awesome that you're out on the... Okay, so now that you got your profits secured like I did and whoever else got them secured, now you can look at this logically. True. Are we not looking at a carbon copy of XRP from yesterday? Look at... We are almost going to have the 20 crossing the 50. It hasn't done it yet. And we have this fake out candle right now with no volume, which means like XRP out rolled over and then touched the 20-day. We might get a second chance at another trade here. True. And I know we already did very well from yesterday to today, but isn't this kind of a setup, true, like what we were seeing? Ernie, and that's okay. That's okay. Because now it's, like I always say, survive in advance. This is a scenario where it's playing out in real time in front of us. And for some reason, this clock is like dead. It like stopped. It literally stopped. So we're going to have to go, I'm going to go from a different one, I think. I'm going to do it with KuCoin because that's on what I'm trading with. So it was at 18. Okay, so let's see. See? Let's see what we're doing on the 30. Because it was like frozen on us. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, it's speaking to what we're saying. See how it's already pulling down? We have this engulfing to the down. Ooh, kind of a hammer candle. But this is what we were talking about. Now you're going to wait for it to come down here to see if it holds. It almost looks, this almost looks fucking prototypical here. And we have a nice V recovery. Right? This looks like a prototypical inverted head and shoulders on this. That should at least bring us up to this area. If we properly backtest. Hey, was that another follow? I'll be Schmuggolins. Hold on one sec. Good times _C, your follower number 3. I I've been very bad tonight. 337. Damn it, I was going to say that. Make sure you look in on my homepage here on Twitch where it shows my YouTube partnered page. Don't be shy. Click on it and follow to more than 10,600 subs. Oh, geez, Tom's telling me what XRP says. I love when people say that. There was a time when XRP used to move on its own. That was a long time before the XRP Future Millionaire came into town. You know, a lot of people messaged me today and they were like, you know, I think you just got lucky yesterday. I'm like, oh, well, that's fine. You know, that's fine. But the question was, how did I get lucky? This is what I was asking them. How did I get lucky when I had the buy-in? We waited for it to come down there on the 20-day, and then I showed the stop loss just in case we got in trouble. Yeah, they all should pull back. This is what I was talking about. We could find ourselves a position. Look at Lunk. Look at Luna. Ooh. Wow. Luna had a failed cup and handle here while we've been on the air. That's a failed cup and handle, ladies and gentlemen. This needs to pull up quick, or Luna is going to come back down to a head and shoulders pattern. It's that simple. Be very fucking careful here. Make sure you draw that uptrend. That's what we're looking at here. That's scammer. That's the scam coin. That's still the same coin I called from $113 to go bankrupt. Look how quick it happened. Luna turned into Lunk a week after my prediction, or 2 weeks. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's see. And then XLM was dropping. So let's see what XLM is saying. Korea. You're not going to want to get on the wrong side of Korea. So, exactly what we talked about at the start of the show here. If you were going to wait for XLM, remember what I told you, Pizza Breath, at the start? We got to wait to see if the 20-day holds. If not, this could be a Batman top. But that's why you pay attention. That's why you have to pay attention to this. The first perfect thing for XLM would have been for it to ride up here and never come back down to the 20-day and then bounce off of this. It did not happen. Have to face the facts. It didn't happen. So now it might come all the way back down to here, but it certainly didn't happen. XRP, which I thought True made a fantastic decision when he got out of that to watch it, because we're one engulfing candle to the downside from being on a 20x leverage trade. That's about 36% right there on a leverage trade. I'm almost tempted to get into a short, but I don't like to do that. I'm trying to do these technical trades. But if I was smart, I would have done that right here when I said it when we came on. But now it would be kind of a risk because you could always back test it back here, make some kind of fucking weird Batman BS shit like that. I've also seen this a lot where it does stupid shit like that. You know? Tomorrow's going to be another one, guys. You got to be in here 9 to 10 or 8 to 9. I know we ran over a little bit, but in conclusion, hey, Cyber Cyclone, thanks for the follow. You're 338. This has been an explosive showing of support here on Twitch tonight. I appreciate it, everybody. Exactly, Noah. When the XCC actually could be there to do something, they just approved the vote so that Luna could turn out to be Lunk, those bastards. So, if we're buying something, the only one that I've seen so far that fits the bill if it comes down is the Crypto.com coin. And it would be right when it hits here. But I'm telling you right now, if you buy that, just make sure it bounces the 20-day. Don't buy it now. Don't be stupid. Make sure it's going to bounce the 20-day. And this is more like a leverage style trade. You don't even have to be a leverage trader, but it would actually help if you were in this scenario. So, 1866. I appreciate that for following on and subbing on my YouTube channel. You're one of the more than 10,600 subs now. I really appreciate that. Bless you. So, before I leave, you need to write down this number. 0.1867 And then you also need to write down, we need to get down to the session low. Wow, that's pretty fucking low right there. That's a big discrepancy with how far down it can go. Shit. That's a little bit farther than I would like to see. Hold on. Fuck, man, that's too much. That's too far. So we can't go to there. We'd have to go to this, fuck. That's too much. This would have to be a conservative play here. This is going to get you sandwiched between the dick right now if we play this wrong. That's a two. Look at this. Yesterday, to clear the session low, it was only about 0.8% or up to 1.2%, which would have cost me $250. Today, that's too big of a discrepancy on a 20x trade. That would cost me like fucking several $1,000s on that stop loss. That's not going to happen. That can't happen. Fuck. So if you bought it at 1867, you better be fucking damn sure. Because I would only advise going down to this candle. That's it. 1846. Fuck, that's a tight one though. 18. And that's seriously how you would have to do that on a 20x trade. That's how tight that is. Because you don't want it to come down below this. But you certainly in a hell can't ride it all the way down to there. That's way too big of a loss. True, do you see the dilemma here? I know you're a 20x trader. That's a wide gap, isn't it, for a stop loss? That's a real wide gap. Much wider than you would like. Oh, I'm just curious if there's any other leverage traders. What do you think about those numbers? Sorry about that, guys. I figured I'd smoke a joint with you guys on the way out. So I rolled a joint here. So, smoke a joint, see what everybody says. Ooh, what's up, True? Let's go. That was a good time to do it, though, wasn't it, True? And you were able to do that because I believe, not only myself, but I believe you were dead on the money as well when you confirmed exactly what we were talking about. What I look for is a breakout that's happening like we're looking on Crypto.com. Preferably, I would have liked to have been in it a little bit sooner. But what we're looking at here is on the 30-minute time frame, where we'd be looking to bounce the 20-day, because in the 4-hour time frame, we're trying to come up with a bullish cross here. And if we start that cross on the 20, crossing the 50 on the 4-hour, this is going to be a much bigger move. And that's what we're looking at with XRP as well. So we're just trying to see some of these. So you would confirm it with the hit right there. It would also create a higher low from here and then up to here now. It's just, this is stage 2 of a run, though, so it's a lot harder on stage 2 than stage 1. Because if stage 2 doesn't hold its end of the bargain, it's over. You don't have to go up to the next level. XRP, you're still waiting for this pull down here so you can see if it holds. And I'm willing to bet it looks exactly like Crypto.yes. See, we're about to do the 20 cross 50 if it can continue this momentum. But we need to have a hanging candle somewhere in here. There's not enough volume. It's got to come down. There has to be. I don't make the rules, but I'm pretty damn good at seeing what's happening. Bremen, thanks for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Any coins you guys like? So Moro, a big part in this community is the ISO coin. So XRP, XLM, XDC. You've got Algo, IOTA. You got Shiba, Doge, but Shiba's in a hell of a lot of hot water. Down the road, I mean, you got to pay attention to Filecoin. Pay attention to DGB, VChain, and Zill. H-Bar's in there. There's a lot of them. Casper. I have a lot more faith in Casper than a lot of people do, but I know it's got its intention, and if it can survive all this, it'll be fine. Yep. Absolutely true. That 100%. That's why when you were like, yep, I'm in on it too, I'm like, holy shit, this was a good trade. I mean, so there's certain people I look for with that confluency, and you are definitely one of them because you understand how to leverage trade. Matic. Yep. No. Long term with Litecoin, I still think if you're going to buy Litecoin, why not just buy Algo? Or why not buy Matic? While seeing that the Sheeb Dev decided to go like kind of dark, that was a bad look. I'm just speculating that they're in hot water based on what he did. Ooh, wait a minute. You were talking about Matic, Ali, because it looks like it's about to have a 20 cross to 50 event here. This could be getting ready to start a move. Great catch here. Look at this. This is what we're talking about with the patterns, guys. So let's go to the 30-minute. See? And this is coming down to retest. This is what we need. Interesting. This is interesting, Ali. 64.4. If it holds 64.4, that's a successful cup it would end up being. And then it could push up. Ooh. That's an... Ooh. Wow, that would be an 8.2% move on face value. Wow. So, if you bought this, you would buy it at 64.6. So... And then I got to go, guys, because we've run over by 15 minutes. But 0.646 is what you're looking for. But you need to already know your stop loss. See, this one seems a little bit easier to me. See something? I just want to get a... Fuck, dude. Those are still big losses. Jesus Christ. That's what I would do. That's where I would do it right there. That's about the best we could hope for. Buy at 0.646 and have a stop loss at 0.64. It seems like it's a small number. It seems like it's not that far, but look at it when you start looking at it from a 1 minute perspective. That's a pretty big drop. You're giving yourself a pretty big amount of time here to work. But as you can see, we're about to get rejected here. I think we're going to come down here. Like, all the patterns are showing a short-term rejection. I can't help that. I don't make the fucking rules. I can just read the patterns before they happen. So I think just pay attention to what we're saying with Matic. 646. And then you can even have your stop loss right at 64. If it breaks the 20 day after that, you're out. You know, you have to be conservative. But you're not going to want to ride this busted uptrend if it happens. Whoops. because it's something like that, but it's going to come right into, so this is where it gets tricky. This is a very tricky spot. It's a lot different than when we were down here. Now you're up here trying to do an extension. Sometimes it gets you in trouble. But, guys, that's all I got for today. Yeah, I like the trailing stop losses as well. I never used to believe in them, but now I certainly understand, especially in a leverage trade. Yeah, and true, you definitely have to have big balls and not worry about it. But, guys, it's been a pleasure. I will see you tomorrow night, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, yes, true, that's what I'm debating in my head, whether or not I wanted to go short right now. Because we know it's coming to the 20-day. Like, I almost feel comfortable putting in a short right now. You can see the bearish engulfing candles. Once it breaks that small little spot right there. But with XRP, we could preempt right before it has us pushed down. It's just XRP is a tricky bugger, isn't it? But, yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to probably come down to 41.013. So, just like we said with the other ones, for XRP, 0.41013. Right? I think that's where we're talking. And XRP is always a lot easier to find its numbers. So, you just wouldn't want to break this little low right here. Obviously, you could go down to 39.5. But I would say, if you were in this, 403 would have to be your worst case scenario. Your stop loss would be 0.403. That's still a substantial drop, though. That's why I think right now could be the ideal spot for a short. If you could pull it out your ass right here, this would be the time. Before a further pull down. It looks like we need to come down farther. It's just, would we be surprised if XRP tried to trick the shorts real quick and it does this just to come down? That's what always scares me with XRP, because it always does that every single time. Stay blessed, everybody. It's been a fantastic episode here. Yeah, the 20-day moving average. Yes, sir. Which is in the red. I dictate that for the short-term buyers in the short time frames. But we'll continue this tomorrow, everybody. It's been an honor.